to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Often I hear people talking about how high their electricity bills are. Massachusetts has programs that everyday homeowners pay for, but never look into. Have you ever considered why some homes have panels and others don't? If you have Eversource, National Grid, or Unitil for electricity, you are paying for your neighbors to get panels at no cost. The charges are on the bill. Why not get someone to pay for yours? This program also helps with re-roofing, tree cutting, and electrical upgrades. If you're tired of short-term solutions for a long-term problem, connect with Vicari to find out if your home meets the requirements to upgrade at no cost out of pocket. Save the planet, future-proof your family for power outages, and save tens of thousands of dollars on an otherwise lifelong bill. Mention Spark when you call or text SPARK to 617-833-8940 to get 2 months off your power bill covered if your home gets selected.
Spark FM.
I know you nasty. She be touching on her own body.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
Says she wanna take me away. Says she wanna take me away. Says she wanna show me the way.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up. Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Hey, yeah, we are back. I didn't know what I was saying. I just knew I was supposed to say something. We are back in the building, Saucy and Friends in the morning here on Spark FM Online. And we told you we're going to be talking mental health today. Now, these guests are not new to you, because you've met them before. That was a long time ago, huh?
It was. Yeah. It was old studio.
What was that? 23? 20.
Yeah,
it had to be 23. Wow, that's crazy. Well, welcome back, Coogee Chakalia Wellness Center.
Yeah.
We have Tiffany and Jerica in the building. Good morning. How y'all feeling today?
Good.
Coming here looking all summery and springy with your dresses on. I saw y'all being cute. So remind us, what is Coogee Wellness Center and who do you guys cater to?
Oh, you want me to say? Oh, okay. Well, Coogee Chakalia Wellness Center is a mental health private practice, and we cater to the Black and Brown community, dealing with all of their mental health needs, basically.
Yeah. And what mental health needs are? Where are you guys located? All of that stuff too.
We are virtually, but we are based in Boston.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. So everything is done virtually. So the barrier to people coming there is not big at all. As long as you have a phone or some type of internet connection, that's how they could reach you. Right. Tell us about how you guys got into this. Why? Mental health is a lot.
Yeah.
So I always think about therapists and wonder how you guys deal with your own mental health when you're dealing with everybody else's.
Okay. I'll take the first question.
Okay.
So Tiffany and I met in grad school, and I know for me personally, I always wanted to help. And since I was a little girl, and there was a moment where I thought I was going to be a pediatrician, and that wasn't it. So I'm glad I found social work, and I just enjoy empowering people. Like I like to say, they're in the driver's seat. I just have the GPS. You know,
Okay.
They're definitely,
I like that.
they're definitely in charge of their own healing and wellness.
Have you? Go ahead. You two, how'd you get into this?
How I got into it, a long journey, but it goes back to wanting to help and finding improvements within our community. And so I am happy I found social work, because I had no idea that social work was even a thing, actually.
Yeah.
But I'm very happy I did find it, and I do enjoy it very much.
Yeah.
So.
And then so together we were working a job. It was poorly run, and we would just sit down and eat our lunch and be like, "Yo, we need our own thing. We need to just do our own thing." And we would hustle, sit right in her living room, figure out the LLC, figure out the name, the branding, everything from the ground up. So we're so proud of what we've built.
We're proud of you too.
How long has Coochie been around?
2021.
2020. Oh wow.
Oh, so you guys came right inside of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Everybody was still locked down, basically.
What a great time to do
Yes,
that.
right. And what was that like? What was that like? What were you seeing from people? What were you hearing from them?
The hurt, like the isolation of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And, one of the silver linings is, like y'all said, we were able to launch this virtual space because everything was jumping on virtually,
Yeah.
So it also allows us to see everyone in the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Right? And people want a clinician that looks like that.
Absolutely.
So, people way in Western Mass, they're like, oh, I'm so glad I found you and stuff like that. So the virtual space is definitely popping for us.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Did you?
No, go ahead.
You just brought up something that people want therapists that look like them, especially Black women, probably some Black men as well. How, what is that added pressure for you guys? Do you always full? Because everybody that I know, every time you mention therapy, they be like, oh no, I want me a Black therapist. I want a therapist that look just like me. And sometimes that's not what you find out there. Do you guys encourage people to continue to look for that? Or you just kind of tell them, therapy is not a one size fit all. Like you might find a Black therapist that you don't like.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Did I? No, I've only had a white ones. Asians. But I like my Asian one.
It's just one piece of the puzzle,
Yeah.
but it's a very important piece,
Yeah.
right? Because like you say, you can find someone that's Black and brown, but the fit's not right, like
Yeah.
generationally or culture, definitely, right? So I like to bring my full self, right? I love to talk about being a tiny piece West Indian, but I think it helps, right? It helps me connect with my clients, and I just bring my full self, you know. I'm old enough to know a few things, but I think I'm young enough to connect to younger folks too. So, it's just a piece though.
I think that's important too, because when you're dealing with people and the things that are troubling them or the things that they're going through, challenging them, it's so important that they feel like they're speaking to somebody who knows what they're talking about and who can identify with that. So like the cultural aspect that Coochie offers, I think is really, really important to your clients as well.
Even the website says like, don't dim your light here. Don't code switch here. Right?
Just
Come and
be you.
yourself. It's blackity black on purpose. We
I
need
love
a
that.
space.
So when you say blackity black on your, it's entitled Coochie Chakalia. So we know that is from Kwanzaa. And then on here, it is very Black. It is very pro-Black, like very pro-Black, very DEI. At Coochie Wellness Center, we take a stance of anti-oppression. We create a culturally affirming environment and practice therapy from a decolonized point of view. Our clients come first and we work with them to delve into psychosocial, spiritual healing practices. Code switching and dimming your own light are not encouraged, and that's what you were just saying. I think that's so important, especially right now. I'm pretty sure that you guys are going to be very busy in the next 4 years. Because mental health is a declining, for even people that probably didn't have no problems before. Now, their funding is getting cutting, student loans are coming back, jobs are being lost,
Funding for everything is
race
being cut.
is being erased. How are you guys prepared to deal with that type of influx of, challenges?
I just have to take it one day at a time, truthfully. Just kind of roll with the punches and try to keep up on like what's going on so that you can kind of guess or, make some type of prediction of what's going to happen next or what's going to come next, and make sure that we prepare our employees, prepare ourselves, and just continue to be open, continue to provide a safe space for our clients to be able to be themselves, and just make sure people know that we're here to help them.
I want to get into a little definitions. What's the difference between a therapist, like a clinician, and a psychiatrist? Is that
Psychiatrist?
Psychiatrist, Like, what's the difference between all three, and which one are you guys?
So, psychiatrist, you are a doctor, a medical doctor.
Okay, so you can prescribe pills.
Medication.
Oh, I need one of that one.
Yeah, they can provide therapy, but typically they focus on medication
Medicine.
and the medical
Okay.
piece of it all.
Okay.
I feel like clinician and therapist is kind of used interchangeably.
Okay.
So they're the same thing. You provide therapy. Yeah, you basically provide therapy and focus on the mental health and, you know, all of the things that impact your mental health.
For those,
And wait,
go
I
ahead.
just want to say,
Yeah.
Tiffany and I, we are social workers, so we have masters in social work,
Okay.
which is a little bit different than like licensed mental health clinician and stuff
Yeah.
like that. We hire LMHCs too. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
But I think what's beautiful about having a social work degree is we're taught to look at every aspect of this thing. So
Yeah.
it's the political, like you said,
Yeah.
what's happening politically, what's happening in the environment. Like we really taking into account what's happening with the whole person so it can treat the whole person.
Yeah.
One of my beefs with like psychology is like over diagnosing and just being stuck right at the diagnosis,
Yeah.
anxiety, depression. But it's like, does that person just need more money?
Yeah.
Does that person just need more resources? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yeah.
So what for those people who have never been to therapy and wondering what it's like in there, are you just going in there and you're just kind of venting and you're listening, or what are you guys doing besides writing down on your pieces of paper? So we wanted to know what y'all write.
We are actively listening to your concerns. You know, if you need to vent, then it's a vent session.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we'll slide some stuff in there. But it's your time. Like we
Yeah.
said, we're just the GPS.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? And we let you do that, right? And then in that, while you're doing that, we are also clinically thinking like, oh, these are pieces that are coming together. Because sometimes if we just let you vent for the whole hour,
Yeah.
we get a lot of information from you venting that we then use to the next session.
Yeah.
So sometimes it may not always be like we're in there, you know, giving feedback or whatever, but we are hearing you.
Yeah.
But we are, you know, using what you're telling me to understand you more. Because sometimes you just end up going off like, I didn't know your mother did X. When were you going to tell me that? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes that's just kind of what happens when people just start to go.
Yeah.
And so that's when you pick up a lot of information. So it kind of depends on what do you need in that moment, that day.
And then what kind of things can you provide? Like more so resources or exercises? Like what do you provide?
So my process is kind of like, of course, you have to build rapport, right?
Yeah.
So those early sessions, getting to know you, getting to know me, right?
Yeah.
Use of self is something that we're taught, and I'm very comfortable with that.
Yeah.
You definitely want to know who you're meeting with, right? And so after we build a solid rapport, like Tiffany said, it's what you need in the moment. We have some clients that are high needs and they need resources, and we connect them to that. But one of my favorite things is the psychoeducation, right?
Yeah.
I really like to explain to folks like what they're experiencing.
Oh, yes.
And
Yeah.
link it like back to what they have experienced, right? You may do X because when you was a kid,
Yeah.
Y happened. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
With-
So I like to
What
put
is
the
it
puzzle
called?
together.
Digging. What is it called? Unpacking.
Yes.
Unpacking.
Yes.
Yes. I
Dig
love
deep
an
into
unpack.
it.
Yeah.
That's right.
For me,
That's
my
right.
therapy experience has kind of been like it's kind of like a reflection. So like I'm looking at myself, but the things that I don't necessarily see are like, oh, but did you see this and did you notice that? And so
Right.
that has been, you know, has helped me a lot.
What do you mean when you was looking at yourself?
Like I'm looking at myself in the mirror and they're like pointing out to me the things that I'm not seeing.
Oh, I
So-
see. Ooh, that's
So
that's
with
good.
that's been really like
Yeah.
helped me a lot in a lot of
Yeah.
things.
And so you guys, can you? Is that client trip? So you work with a lot of therapy. Yeah.
It was all in here, boy.
She didn't do that.
I have worked with
Yeah.
a therapist that has definitely helped me a lot over the past 2 years.
But you've had a couple of therapists over the years.
I have
Yeah.
had a couple of therapists who have been very, very like pivotal in helping me through different stages of my life throughout
Yeah.
whatever. So, but for the past 2 years, I've been seeing somebody who's just
And I guess that's for me too. Like I've seen maybe three different therapists past. The one that I have now has been with me for a while, off and on for a couple of years. And I remember just getting the tools, just in life to just kind of get through, you know, very short-term things. Like when I'm super frustrated, giving me tools to figure out how to calm down in that moment, because I go from 0 to 60 real quick. When I'm there, I'm there. And you know, just kind of like I remember one of them teaching me one time to kind of like push up against an imaginary wall just to kind of get it out. Or this other one taught me how to sigh really loud. I think it was the same one, like
Deep breathing.
yeah, like just really bringing it in and letting it out. And like honestly, that has probably been the most simplest, easiest tool for me to just kind of start breathing again when I'm upset is to just loud sigh, let it go, and then I feel good after that. They're like, oh, that's nice.
Breathing,
Yeah.
meditation. I want to dispel a little myth though.
Yeah.
0 to 60, 0 to 100 is not as fast as we like to think.
Okay.
Because we have warning signs and we have triggers
Yes.
that we need to be more aware
Yes.
of.
Okay.
Right. So that's another thing I like to do in therapy. I draw like a little hill and I'm like, well, the peak is when your turn.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But what were all the steps before that? And if there's repetition that we can find, we want to slow you down.
Yes.
Right? Like, what are some of your triggers? Someone who doesn't usually swear might start swearing. Like,
Yeah.
ooh, what's happening?
Yeah.
Even how you notice it in your body, right? Because a lot of mental health stuff manifests somatically in your body. Are your cheeks red? Some people kind of like
Do you feel
itching.
tense?
Yeah, do you feel tense?
tense.
And, you know, different things happen. So, you know, we teach our clients to kind of recognize what's going on way before they hit that
point.
Drake.
Yeah,
Right?
see, that's where I feel like I do that. I suppress a lot so that when I do get there, I get there very quickly. And people be like, oh, I've been like, it's been happening for 2 months now. I've been here. Somebody says, how long? Not long.
Should someone do therapy?
Yes.
Yeah.
You moved
Is it over when you feel better?
It's subjective.
Okay.
It's what do you call it? It's cyclical. It can be cyclical. So you may feel better, but then maybe a few months, a year, something else pops up, and then you need to go back into therapy. Well, maybe not need, but you should go back into therapy. So it's really subjective. It's person to person. We can't say, oh, you should be in therapy for 3 years. That may not be you. You may only need therapy for a year. You may only need therapy. You know, some people might need it for 5, 10. You know, there's people that's been in therapy for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. But again, that also depends on how deep the trauma is, how, you know, are you actually doing the work?
Yeah.
Right.
Because if you're, sometimes some people who are in therapy for extensively long months, they're not doing the work and they're just now doing the work 5 years in, 10 years in.
And to do the work, they have to recognize the trauma.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you always have to recognize the trauma.
Sometimes the trauma is pointed out to you in therapy.
Yeah, because sometimes you don't recognize the trauma. A lot of people don't realize that trauma is also subjective.
Yeah.
So like what's traumatic to you is not traumatic to me.
Yes. Right. One of the big things that I feel like people often use as an excuse to not do therapy is that they don't necessarily think that they need therapy. I'm not saying you trying to convince people, but you know, when people obviously need some professional help. You can obviously
all people need.
Yeah. Hey, say that. Some people need it a lot more and they still won't recognize that they need help or how therapy can help them. What kind of things do people usually start off with? Is it usually like hardcore things or do people just kind of...
I'll say like on a more macro scale, that's partly why we're here.
Yeah.
Right? We're here to talk about it, normalize it, reduce the stigma around it. Like it's A-okay to get help, right? And it doesn't always have to be something super deep that brings you in, right? Like Tiffany said earlier, it's your hour. It's just your time to speak with a neutral party about what you got going on. So I really think the work has to do with if more people get in and we're talking about it more and it's very normalized in our community. Because other communities, it's been like a bragging right. Oh yeah.
I got therapy on Thursday.
That's right. It's posh almost.
Yeah.
Right? So we need some of that over here, right?
I wanted to ask specifically. I know that like Cool G Wellness. It's very culturally focused and all that. What about Black men? Because I hear Black men say all the time, "I'm a Black man. I'm not like how
nobody gonna listen to me."
Right? Or like I'm not gonna. I've talked to I've talked to a therapist before and it didn't help. How do you bring them in, and are you seeing more Black men coming to?
We need more Black men in therapy, but we also need more Black men in therapists.
Yes. Okay. Say that.
And so if Black men don't feel heard, therapy is a good space to feel heard.
Yeah.
But you also have to find the right therapist. How many times have you said you went to therapy and you did not feel heard, or it didn't work?
Yeah.
Well, did you try another therapist?
Yeah.
What can you identify what about that therapist did not work, so you do not find the same type of therapist?
Yeah.
It's sometimes I think that, and I'm not just saying Black men, but people in general will go to therapy one time and then just give up. And not realizing that when you're in therapy, it has to fit both people. The therapist has to fit, you have to fit the therapist, and the therapist has to fit you.
Yeah.
Both people can end this at any time, because at some point, maybe you may not be the right fit for us. Maybe I don't have the right skills. I don't have the right, space or whatever to be able to hold you in this space to do therapy with you. So then we have to terminate, because I don't want to cause you harm.
Have you ever had to do that?
Yeah. You have to do that, yeah. And
or sometimes you want to switch modalities.
Is that too?
Okay.
Maybe the modality that I'm using is not helpful. So sometimes what happens is, over time, either initially you might see that, or over time, whatever the client may need, I don't have the skills for that, and I have to be honest and truthful.
Above my pay grade.
Yes, it's above my pay grade.
It's above
I'm
me.
not going to be able to get you what you need. But on the flip side, as the client, same thing. Do not feel like, oh, you're hurting our feelings when you say, you know what, this is not working. That's okay. I want you to say that. I want you to find a therapist that works for you, because I don't want you sitting here thinking you have to be here and I'm not helping you.
Yes.
So do feel like if you don't feel like you're not getting anything out of therapy, fire your therapist.
Yes,
we're not gonna be mad about it. We understand that everyone's not a good fit. We are still humans at the end of the day.
So. Does Coogee provide a male therapist?
We unfortunately do not have one, but there is hard to find.
So, that's another subject. How do you, like, even as therapists, I'm pretty sure you've thought about that too. Like, it would be great to have a male therapist in the practice. Is there a recruitment effort going on in the industry for Black men? Which is also very weird to me, because I would think that more Black men would go into the field of therapy since there is none. I wonder what it is about that is not attractive.
I think it's just not a thing for Black men to really communicate amongst each other.
Interesting.
Or maybe in not a formal space, right? I love that men get together and they hoop and they talk and they share and stuff like that. I think there's one organization meeting at the barbershop and having therapeutic conversations right where men
that
are
is
already,
with
right?
Rob Badgett and Boston Black Brown Boston.
I think for that specific population, we have to continue to expand the workforce, like I said, and also be creative, right? We have to meet them where they're at,
and it's the barbershops. That's where they
sometimes, And also, I have Black male clients too, and they tell me all the time, like, I appreciate the female perspective as well.
Because that's probably a lot of their problems too, is dealing with the women. So can you come? That's a very interesting perspective too. Like I can see why that would be a help, and that would probably do a lot for them.
When you think about what Black men got going on, sometimes it's like, well, where can I come and talk about like what went on with my mom? Right. What went on with my sister's no dad? What went on in the streets? Right. Who can actually be like soft and warm and kind and just hear me?
Do you guys offer group therapy as well? Like if people wanted to sit in a circle, like AA almost, I can't find a different but like support groups in that way, because I feel like maybe that's a thing too. Like people feel like, oh, I don't want to do this by myself. It might make me open up more if I was around other people and they started talking to. Because I'm looking at this picture now of like in the barbershop and men just kind of talking and having maybe a therapist in the middle or along the circle, and then really just kind of maybe some group sessions.
I don't know, but I want to go to that barbershop
Me
there.
too,
Sit around
girl.
and see black
Shit.
men talking about their feelings.
Boy, I tell you, I
Sounds
want
nice.
to talk about my feelings too. This is the black group that they were talking about. That's Rob Badgett in the middle. He's one of my good friends. And they have a little cohort of men that come and join them and talk therapy. Yeah, absolutely.
Would love to collaborate. 'Cause
Yes,
that's such a cool,
I can help you. I can help you with
yeah,
that.
that's a cool sort of concept.
Can you do
we
a salon one?
Listen,
Say
that's
less.
a great idea.
All y'all gonna end up doing is gossiping.
No.
No, women talk about their feelings. We ended up doing a all female panel on the bedroom topics on Saturday night and on Sunday night, and it was five women just sitting around talking about our feelings.
I would love to do it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
What was I gonna say?
You were talking about the group.
Oh yeah, so we do have the capacity for group. We are looking to get some more started. Participation can be tough sometimes. Everybody got lives, work, kids, jobs, or whatever. But we make it work. It can be virtual. It can be in person. We have the capacity for either way.
Yeah. So tell us what's going on. What's new for Coogee? What's coming down the line for you guys? What's happening? I know you have some children's sessions things going on.
So we do have a new clinician.
Yeah.
She is seeing children and adults and families and couples.
She probably booked up by now. Too.
Yeah. I have to book her too.
And that's another thing is that when you do find a good practice with women of color and things, you got to get in where you can get in because it fills up quickly.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So we do have her, and we have another clinician starting, I think, next week.
Very nice.
Yeah. So one more.
That's another way you normalize it too. Get your kids in.
Yeah.
Right. Make it a habit.
Yeah.
And demonstrate healthy habits. Right.
Yeah.
So you come in and you do families. Right. Or your individual sessions. Everyone is getting the help that they need.
They need. Yeah.
I like that.
I think it's so great.
Yeah.
So being here is great for us.
Yeah.
Right? So thanks
This
for having
is therapy
us.
too.
The commercial that's
Yes.
new for us.
Yeah.
We're just really excited to continue to grow, serve more people, panel with more insurances.
I was gonna ask about the insurance too.
Yes.
So is there a restriction on that with the insurances that you take?
Yeah. So right now we take Blue Cross.
Okay.
Tufts Commercial and Mass Health. Mass General Brigham Commercial and Mass Health. United Healthcare. All Optum products.
You said Mass Health?
Tufts and Mass General.
Oh yeah.
Only right now.
Okay.
I think that's it. That's all we take.
Yeah.
But we are working on Aetna, Cigna, and Carelon, which has a whole bunch of Mass Health products as well.
Very nice.
Good.
And you can find the information on them, CoogeeWellness.com.
Yeah.
So you can go on there and
as we get approved for the different insurances, we will add them to our website.
yeah.
I wanted to know, do you guys get affected by other people's problems?
Yes.
We are humans.
Do they
Absolutely.
linger on you?
Absolutely.
Okay, and how do you deal with that?
Absolutely.
Do therapists have therapists?
You want the
Best ones do.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you want the clinical answer, or you want the
Both of them.
clinical answer is supervision.
Yeah.
Talking to this one over here.
Yeah.
We be chatting.
Yeah. Talk through a case.
Personally, usually it's just I will go take a nap, or maybe I might have a nice glass of wine.
Yeah.
But usually I'm gonna take a nap. I'm a napper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something where I don't have to use my brain.
Yeah.
Watch some Love and Hip Hop because you just didn't watch the TV.
Yeah,
and,
watch something that takes you out
you
of
don't have to
yeah.
think or anything. But yeah, so that's what it.
Because I'm pretty sure
Self-care for everybody is so
crazy.
important.
Yeah.
So I practice what I preach. So if I'm suggesting you journal, I'm hitting my journal too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? If you say in your session that you're religious and you're trying to enhance your relationship with God, well, I'm spiritual too. I'm praying too, right? I think of my clients. I think of like creative ways to help them. And then at some point you just have to log off. You got to close the laptop. You got to, you know what I mean? And you got to decompress. So talk with this one, right?
Yeah.
Yoga, meditation, move your
Yeah.
body, get outside, all the things
Yoga.
that we tell
As
clients.
important
Yeah.
for you
Yeah,
guys.
absolutely.
I know, because
Absolutely.
that's an offload. Like I'm
Yes.
coming with my problems, and I'm just like, here, take this, and expecting you to be fine too. So that take care of your therapist too.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's super important to just make sure that we are always taking care of each other,
That's right.
even the people that are helping, even the strong friends. You know,
Especially the strong.
just
friend.
turn around and ask them if they all right. Ask them how their day is, because that's something that people forget. Like, hi, I'm a person.
That's right.
Too. So that's great. Coogee Wellness Center, located online. You guys can go and you can sign up. I think there's a waiting list, but go in. People dropping out all the time. People, you know,
New
like,
clinicians
I'm-
coming,
yeah,
so
new
there's
clinicians
phase.
coming. People phasing out of their problems. So get in when you can get in, and just kind of just reach out and do the work. The first step to doing the work is to contact.
Yeah.
Make some
Yes,
contact.
Absolutely.
we definitely have openings, so
Yeah.
come on down.
Good. They have openings. They are black. And they are pro-black. So even right now, as you're dealing with everything that's going on, I know a lot of people are suffering in silence, and they want to be strong, and they want to act like this doesn't affect them, but it does. Insurance is getting cut. Jobs are being lost. Families are being, whatever. Do you guys have an influx of immigrant types of clients? Because I'm worried about that whole community in
know.
itself, and just like the mental health torture that they're going through over
Yeah.
there.
A huge barrier is insurance.
Yes.
But there are definitely agencies
That are
focused
helping.
on
Nonprofits
them.
and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
working with them.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you guys so much. It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys, because I think that you guys break down therapy in such a chill way.
Yeah.
It sounds very chill. Like, I'm gonna go talk to my friends over there.
Yeah.
Tiffany be sitting down chilling. I be seeing Jerica around. It's important to make sure that people are human too.
Yeah.
And then just kind of make a bond. You got a
Yeah.
little secret thing, like, I know her. I'm about to go cry right now in front of her and see what she's
The space is for you.
It
Definitely.
is.
It's
Yeah.
some free therapy.
It
You
sure
start
is.
Yeah,
crying.
the driver, they're just the GPS. I like that. That's really
Driver,
nice.
they just the GPS. Coogee Wellness people, again, thank you for joining us. You'll hear more about them. If you need more information, you just keep on listening to Spark FM. You can get that information in their ad that they are running right now. You can go onto their website that Tristan has put in the chat box, and you can just Google them, because that's another way for you to find out where they are. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
We're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. We got 15 minutes worth of entertainment up for you guys next. Keep it locked right here, Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
What is this, Doctor?
This is
Well, Spark of New England, Spark FM. Bringing the heat back to the airwaves. Turn us up.
all right.
Let's take a look.
Prioritize your mental well-being with Coogee Jakalia Wellness Center, a Black woman-owned therapy practice committed to culturally affirming care that understands you. Our licensed therapists specialize in personalized care, offering virtual sessions Monday through Friday by appointment, because your healing should fit your schedule. Take the first step towards improving your well-being today. Visit Coogee Wellness online and book your appointment, because when you heal, the community heals too. Visit us at CoogieWellness.com.
Boston, Moonbug Productions proudly presents Crowns, a powerful and jubilant musical mixing gospel, jazz, and a little bit of hip-hop. Hats take center stage with an uplifting story exploring Black history, identity, and the power of sisterhood through the eyes of a young Black woman. It's a celebration of self-expression, tradition, and of course, fabulous hats. Get ready to clap your hands and tap your feet, because these ladies have serious attitude. Don't miss Crowns. Opening April 11th through May 4th at the Arrow Street Arts in Cambridge. Tickets are just $55 at arrowstreetarts.org. And for flexible pricing, check out Pay What You Wish option at the box office. Crowns. April 11th through May 4th. Come for the hats, stay for the celebration.
Praise the Lord, City of Boston. This is Brother Chris right here on Spark FM.
Come on, sing it.